Hey everybody, yeah, it is Sunday the 17th of December 2023. Please remember that I am a clairvoyant clairaudient, so remember that this is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own homework, do your own research, the full disclaimers in the box, the whatever, and the buy me the coffee and all that stuff. So sorry for the mess up on the video from Friday, but it seems like all of a sudden my computer decided to do a sync to the cloud, which slowed everything down. So I was pulling my hair out, and then I noticed the little thing in the margin down at the bottom, and that's what happened. So yeah, turn that off. It's like I save everything onto a thumb drive anyway. What is this? So they can have all the little idiots being able to poach something? But hey, it's like I'm on a PC platform, Microsoft, so I blame it on Billy G. Yeah, I must be saying stuff he and his boys don't like. Okay, so what's been going on? If you're in the US, you know what happened with this Senate scandal, that little 20-something social media brat. What is his name? It's, I wrote it down here. Oh, come on. It's something, thought I wrote it down, but, it's that, Aiden Masay, Cheropsky. I'm taking a stab at it. Yeah, he was found. He put social media up, put a video that he filmed with another one of the senatorial boy toys. I guess they were in a Senate hearing room, number 216 in the Harris building. The guy basically filmed something extremely graphic so he could put it up on Elon's platform. And I don't know about you, but every day I have to go on to my followers list and remove. I'm sorry, but I don't enjoy seeing photos of a battery-operated toy being shoved up a female's anus. Yeah, we're all getting hit with those extremely graphic photographs, so I guess this is another toy that another guy who loves to put up graphic stuff. Well, he got busted, and now he's fired. He was an aide to the Democratic Senator Ben Cardin from Maryland. Now, anybody who knows anything about the 13 original colonies and geography knows that Maryland and Delaware are basically side by side. And I think it's ironic that this happened. How much did this little Aiden boy get paid to possibly knock Hunter off the front pages? Yeah, another little sex scandal. So, to take the heat and everybody's eyes off of Hunter. So, this is a pre-planned, and the little boy, little social media fiend, is basically, let's see his bank account. That's what I want to see now. I don't want to see his body. I don't want to see what goes on behind what he likes, how to pleasure himself. I want to see his bank account numbers. Yep. Now, more stuff, but we all know that everybody's dealing with the wetbacks. That is, I'm referring to the fools who cross into the United States illegally via the Rio Grande, so they come in with a wetback. It's not exclusively just to Mexicans. It's the wetbacks. And I noticed that this one channel, and this guy, he goes by the name of Cash Jordan. he built his popularity on going into apartments that were for rent in NYC. Well, now he's expanded his subject matter, and he is really showing how people are totally disgusted and are having major voter regret because they put in a guy who claimed to be NYPD, but basically is messing up NYC. I mean, even now, people are here in town in Chicago. Baboon Johnson and his minions put in this new regulation that if you're a bus coming up from the southern border, you have only one spot to drop the wetbacks off at, and it must be between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and they have to be dropped off at 800 South Des Plaines. Now, anybody who knows anything about the city of Chicago, 800 South Des Plaines is right near, it's pretty close to the main post office, but it's basically West Loop area, if you can call it that. And it's basically nothing but buildings. I think down there's a few auction houses, and yeah, there's some stores for them to go and loot, but it's basically a nothing area. And because now, if the bus drivers bring up people and it's not within those hours, Monday through Friday, and they're not dropped off at 800 South Des Plaines, the buses are now dropping them off at the commuter the commuter rail stations that feed into Chicago. The buses drop them off, and they buy the metro tickets to send them into the city and drop them off at. Then the people come out of the train stations on the west side of the river, and they're kind of like, oh, where do we go now? Well, the most recent one, and I'm laughing my butt off about, is that they said they dropped him off in this town called the Metro Station in University Park. Well, the University Park, Illinois Metro Station was built to service Governor's State University. Yeah, good old Gazoo. We call it Gazoo. And yeah, I'm constantly getting notices, oh, you're an alumni, we need donations. Well, GSU has turned into, if you're white, you're ostracized. I mean, I barnstormed the president's office one fall, because the bursar's office refused to accept my documentation from the Miss America pageant scholarship, saying, oh, this isn't a real scholarship, we don't accept this. Well, I hightailed it up to the president's office, and I literally said, they said, oh, you can't see him. I go, I will too see him, or else I'm calling the news. And they're like, why? I go, listen, if I was black, I'd be in there right now. But because I'm white, you're discriminating against me. Within 2 seconds, I was in the president's office, and I said, tell me this is not a real college scholarship. This has been happening since the 1920s. Well, he took a choke back, and he said, oh my God. I go, you don't honor it? I'm calling the news. Let's put it this way. He called down to the bursar's office and said, you got to take this, honor her scholarship, letter of awardment of the scholarship. It was official. It was the paperwork to hand in. But yeah, Governor's State University basically prides itself on, that Boston mayor would be very proud. If you're Caucasian, they give you shit. It's where if you're darker than a paper bag, you are more than happy. They basically pass you off and make sure your bachelor's or master's with no squawks. So this is really a good place to drop these idiots, because why didn't the university open its doors? I've been on that college campus. There are plenty. There's room for several thousand wetbacks. So a bus may be holding 70 people. They could have easily put them in all the lounges. They have gymnasiums with showers and toilets. They have a cafeteria. The dorms are going to be empty soon because everybody bolts after winter finals. They could easily house some migrants for a good month or so. No, but they put them on the train into the city. So a university that prides itself on equity and being exclusive and diversity is kicking the wetbacks out? Yeah. Time to revoke that university's accreditation. Governor State University, located, even the town changed its name. It was originally Park Forest South. They changed its name to University Park to accommodate Governor State University. Time for everybody to pull their accreditation. And yeah, you know what? It's called, they always make a big deal out of women who have changed things dramatically. You know what? I changed federal labor law. I stood up for women. They don't even acknowledge that I attended there and received a diploma. Yeah. Go back into your records. I graduated from there. I've got my diploma. So, people need to... They're on LinkedIn, Governor State University. They're on Facebook. I think they're on Elon. So, go ahead and start trash talking them for them screwing up and not taking care of the migrants that they are supposed to be inclusive. Okay. Now, I did listen to Dershowitz this morning, and he's a Harvard grad. And Alan Dershowitz is now calling for the unconditional surrender of Hamas. He's calling out JoJo. JoJo keeps sending money to Iraq. Not Iraq, but Iran. Iran is the mastermind central for all the cults. In Tehran, they're the ones calling and making the maneuvers, calling the shots, and telling Hamas, Hezbollah, Israeli Palestinian Army, Taliban, the Houthis, basically every jihad agency, their marching orders are coming out of Tehran in Iran. And Dershowitz is also now calling out, like I said several weeks ago, hey, the American Jews, liberal-ass American Jews that have been voting blue since the 1930s, you're to blame. Yeah. Go back. Don't you realize it's the Democrat State Department that screwed up all the visas for people trying to get out of Europe to escape Hitler? But you keep voting blue. Now your blue votes again have created this frickin' mess. So you're to blame. And I really wonder, hey, I wonder now if that congregation that kicked me out because I used to go to the range and I'd have something in my handbag. And yeah, hey, people asked, yeah. So yeah, it's my Mr. Smith & Wesson, or it's my Mr. Remington. Yeah, I have it with me. Yeah, I know how to use it. Yeah, I'm half Texan. Well, they didn't like that. Well, I wonder how many of them are wishing I was still there. Because that congregation is maybe 1,000 feet away from a mosque. And it's plunked in a neighborhood where the majority of residents all pray 5 times a day. Yeah, I wonder how many of these biddy hens wish I was there now to cover their ass, to help protect them. I'm waiting for the apology from that little woke associate rabbi and that former board president. The current board president is a State Farm agent, and her last name is the alternative name. I think it's Route 56 that goes through DuPage County into King County. If that's who you're buying your State Farm insurance from, I'd switch agents. Make her lose her commissions. Hey, they trashed me. I'm trashing them. I believe in free speech. She's one of the biddy hens? Well, hey. They messed up. Big time. Now we know that Hamas is like... We know that Tehran is calling the shots. Well, now they're giving massive, massive assistance to the Yemen Houthis. I mean, Oman is putting pressure on them to knock it off. Well, Yemen also has this little island that's Socotra, I'm guessing the name of. Well, yeah, because the Houthis are using drones and missiles, and any cargo ship that is utilizing the Red Sea to go up to the Suez Canal is being targeted because it's going in the direction of Israel. No, these ships may not be going to Israel. They may be going to Greece or Cyprus or Italy or Spain or Egypt or just up the piece to Jeddah, the big seaport. But because they are going in the geographic direction toward, because they're going northbound, Yemen's Houthis are considering every ship fair game for destruction. I mean, how many tankers making massive oil spills will it take to shut down the Red Sea, to destroy it? I mean, right now, these Houthis there's several countries that border the Red Sea. There's Egypt, Sudan, Eritrea, Djibouti, Somalia, Ethiopia has access, and Saudi Arabia is one of the big ones. Don't they realize, Houthis, that if you hit one of the ships heading for an Egyptian port, a Saudi port, you're making big-ass enemies. You want to go to Hajj? They're not going to let you in. And remember, Somalia, those guys are pirates. They don't fight nice. They fight dirty. Next thing we are going to see is probably Somalia going after Yemen. Because a ship that was probably due for a port in Somalia got taken out by the Houthis. That whole area is going to be going up for grabs really soon. I mean, Eastern Africa versus Yemen. It's probably already happening, but we're not seeing it in the news. And then so everyone's going to have to go down all the way around Africa. Yeah. So another glitch in the transportation system. It's going to be very interesting. But the Houthis are being subsidized by every single euro, dollar going into Iran. Yeah, I mean, this whole area, I mean, remember the phrase in the movie Prime Miss Jean Brodie that, give me a girl at an impressionable age, I have her for life. Well, we know that the UN, United Nations, is nothing but an office building for the group of men that want world domination. And they created this UNRWA stuff. That was basically created to help the refugees from the 1967 war and Palestinian refugees. Well, what it is, yeah, they went into Gaza, and this UNRWA has been doing nothing but raising good little jihad idiots. The kids, the schools, hey, just like Hitler Youth. We don't have Hitler Youth these days. We've got UNRWA Youth. All they had to do is switch out a few words in the playbook. And that is being funded by European, UK, and American tax dollars. Again, those who voted blue created this mess and authorized that money to be sent to the UN for this project. And yeah, some of these Palestinians, oh, well, we want to go elsewhere. They're like, no, you only get our UNRWA aid as long as you stay in Gaza. Well, yeah, all that aid went to the Hamas. And that's why you've got missile bases, tunnels, in and out of the schools, the hospitals, the banks, private homes. Because the people were taught since 1967, how many people? You've got people from like age 0, from newborns to their 50s, who have been constantly indoctrinated that the Western world is bad. Jews are horrible. This is what's going on. We need to start making noise at the UN. Basically, they want to be their own little entity. People in New York who are fed up with the migrants, time to encircle the UN compound. Stay on the sidewalks. Find out where these diplomats live. Peacefully protest up and down the sidewalks with sandwich boards. Let people know where these world globalist wannabes live or reside when they are at the UN building. Now, one good thing, and I think it's ironic, that Sheila Jackson Lee, that Democrat quack, who tried to become mayor of Houston, Texas, but basically, she didn't have a snowball's chance in hell. Well, now she's yapping her trap off about legal health care. So she's grasping at straws. Anyone who's listened to me knows that I believe in complete and confidential health care. Government, keep your nose out of everybody's health care. Hey, I'm waiting for some Bible thumper to be exposed. Some megachurch spin doctor. Oh, he goes in. How many times has he been treated for sexual transmitted illnesses? That's all kept hush-hush. But if a woman has to go in for a D&C because the placenta didn't completely expel after childbirth, she might have to go to another state because her doctor is afraid to do one because their insurance won't cover it. Yeah. Okay. That's what that's what women are facing. So we got to be watchful. The other thing I saw, somebody talking, and they listed 3 names, and if you put the initials of all 3 of these guys together, I call it TOPS. It's the TOPS group. They're like 3 musketeers. 3 top musketeers. That's what we have to put our faith and our money and our backing behind. Trump, Orban, and Putin. Those 3 musketeers, those 3 men, they're standing up for us. We want those as our top dogs. Our top 3 alpha males, our 3 musketeers, are tops. We need to follow and listen to what they say carefully. Now, on another thing. Okay, some might call this self-promotion. But way back when, go ahead, Google this gentleman, Richard T. Crowe, C-R-O-W-E. He was known internationally as a ghost hunter. You can go back, you might find the clips where I'm in the programs. A lot of it was European and Asian television, and some stuff for NBC about haunted places worldwide. Well, Richard passed a while back, but in January, those of us who worked with, who were the original ghost hunter crew, will be gathering at a haunted restaurant located here in Illinois to celebrate the spirit of 76. Richard would have been 76 in January. So I'll be there along with several other psychics and ghost hunters. And if people are interested, I'll keep letting you know what it's on. It will be on January 10th in the western suburbs of Chicago. So if you're available, hey, I'd love to meet whoever's in the area. So if you're going to be in the Chicago area, January 10th of 2024, stay tuned to this channel because I'll be giving you more information on the location and the time. So yes, next video goes up on the 19th. And I will be putting a questionnaire up in the community page. And the reason why, hey, be careful when your laptop is on and you're trying to watch something. Make sure that little cloud thing is not there. So everyone have a great Sunday evening. And I will see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.